Hey guys, welcome to my deep guide and a behind the scenes type of an episode because I'm getting ready to shoot the majority of the main footage for the Dasung Paperlike, the incredibly, amazingly, whatever they want to call it, the color display. And since that's like a really custom type thing and really demanding, as you can see, I have to rearrange my setup quite considerably. So I thought, hey, maybe that would be an interesting thing for someone to see, like just what kind of work goes behind the scenes when trying to get all of this set up. So first things first, I had to get rid of completely of my regular setup, and that's now this light box is the main thing where I normally record my videos, right? So it's out of the way because I need a lot of room to kind of manipulate all the stuff. Plus there's a light. It's going to be shining like to the side a little bit there, just to give it a little bit more additional light. And then we have the window, and the outside is blizzard-ish, kind of getting there. Actually, I have a race against time as well, because I have to record this before too much snow falls, because then I have to fire up the machine and clean up the snow. Yes, fun times. I have a tripod here on which I plan to mount this camera that I'm shooting with, so that we have kind of like an angle of this sort, maybe zoomed in, so that's going to be an idea. And I need to kind of leave a little bit of room here for a chair, or maybe I'll sit on that box, I don't know, I'll see. But right now, my experience from previous multiple failures when I was making videos of these kinds, I've learned how a little bit of planning can make quite a bit of a difference in the long run when preparing these things. So, number one thing that I've learned was tripping over cables and making things decluttered. So the first thing, light box, went out of the room. Second thing, we got the power cable going there, and this is the area that I'm going to be passing through. So let's take that cable from there and put it over there. Two issues. I don't want to untangle this because this is like perfect length for my permanent setup, so I really don't want to do that. And also I need, actually, this one needs to remain plugged in. I need a power strip because I'm gonna need power for the camera as well while it's on the tripod, because I really don't want the power to run out in the middle of filming. That also has happened many times, and it's very annoying. So let's prepare. What do I need? I need a power strip, at least one. I'm gonna get two, and I need a USB extension cable. Let's go. Here we have my cables full of boxes? No, boxes full of cables. So we got MIDI cables, audio cables, we got power supplies, we got, what are these? Display cables, power cables, and USB cables down there. Quest is a success in this pile of, well, it would rhyme to say mess, but it really isn't. It's nice and tidy. And here's my box with power strips, and I'll just grab these two. Armed and ready. Now it's nice and tidy. I have clean room here to walk around, clean room here to move the light or the tripod about, which is a really cool thing to have, because that allows me quite a bit of freedom to rearrange things, and then I stay in a good mood, I stay focused. All right, the next thing is to test out the cable length of the power part here. That's going to be recorded, and see if I can tuck this guy out of the view and if it can go underneath the table. I think I can make that happen, because it's going to be nicer to shoot, and it's going to be, again, less clutter on the table, less clutter around, and less distractions and less things to go wrong. Okay, so I got the main power cable going down here, and it reaches the power strip without any problems. I'm not going to plug it in yet because first I'm going to tackle shots of showing you guys what the custom setup is like and what I ended up testing the whole monitor with, because that's also a really important aspect of this screen. And then when I'm done with that portion, then I hook it up, and then it remains hooked in. So what else do I need? Oh yeah. And there's gonna be speed testing. For that I need two screens. I need to set up all right, so I took out my portable Asus 17-inch screen, and I'm gonna plug that in also to the computer that's behind the monitor right now, that's running the whole thing. And the reason why I need this setup is just for one test, which is going to be the frame rate test, because I have a dedicated video that plays at 60 frames per second, and it displays the number of frame each second, right? So I'm gonna just play that same video on both screens at the same time from the same computer, record the footage in high speed, and then analyze the footage and count manually the frames and see how many frames per second this display is actually able to display. So if they're claiming 33 Hertz, that means that we should get 33 number in the fastest mode. I haven't done the test yet, so we will see. I just try to kind of make it as smooth of a process when recording, so that when I'm done recording that I don't have to come back and re-record something, because that's really frustrating and that throws me off a loop, especially this week, which was ridiculous, and it's still going on because I have like 4 in-depth review videos to record and edit, and that means that Monday it was Supernote Manta in-depth review, Tuesday was Books Note Max in-depth review, yesterday, Wednesday, was Kindle Scribe Gen 2 in-depth review video, and today, it's Thursday, while recording this, it's the Dasung Color paper review. And I have to kind of clear all that up, because then new batches of devices are coming and new videos are coming, so I have to get that cleared up. But it's a hellish week, so I want to just get the 4th one out of the way, which is this big one, and then kind of be done. Hopefully, if I manage, I'll have a weekend which would be glorious. Right, figuring out the position of the camera so that I can lock it down. So this will work for these types of shots, and it gives an okay angle. I'm just gonna adjust a little bit more to be a bit more straightforward. There we go. That's much better. There we go. Yes. So that's a lot better. I still have to kind of be a little bit at an angle, simply because I'm going to be like sitting around here somewhere, and I don't want to obscure it, so that I want to kind of give you a good look at the screen. And this angle should work good for both portrait and landscape. All right, cool. Got my tripod settings and angle all locked down, and I did the one final safety thing and a safety check, again, experience-wise. The USB power cable that's going to be powering the camera, so you see the right amount of slack and right amount of length, because the camera is going to fit in there. You can see that here I tied it around this latch, and it goes up around here. The idea is that if I trip over a cable, that it doesn't tug directly on the camera, but rather on these things, and the hope is that the extension is going to kind of release the cable first before it topples over the tripod. Of course, there's no guarantees, but at least one safety precaution in place for that kind of eventuality if I get to be clumsy. All right, so I'm setting up the both screens here to do the speed refresh test and to record that. But as usual, nothing really goes according to plan, and it's normally like the dumbest things that creates just like such a practical obstacle that's annoying. I'm like super happy that I got them both in portrait mode and everything works and everything's fine. With the only problem that, because I'm duplicating these displays, actually these guys have an opposite orientation, so yeah, this guy's upside down, this one's normal. And I can't just flip it over because of the cables that are up there. So now it's decision time. Do I not care and then just run the video and then it's upside down here and then I count it manually? Certainly I could do that, but I'm going to at least try and see if I can use some of the stands that I have that could potentially give this like a better type of result to get that offset for the cables and maybe have them oriented right. Okay, so what kind of stand could I use here? I forgot that this display is absolutely kick-ass and it has a standard mount, or like a camera mount, in the back. So that means I can just use my regular tripod, hook it up, and hey ho presto, would you look at that, we got the perfect setup with mirroring and everything going on exactly as I wanted it to go. All right, cool. And the setup is here. So the test runs like this. I hit here to record, then I hit this. This one is recording in super slow-mo, 240 frames per second. I see both of them, and then I can count the frames, and I capture like 10 seconds for each of the modes, so that I can also check out the consistency of the speed and of the frames and see like within each second how many frames the each of the displays was able to display, and then I do the average of that, and that's going to be the final count for all of these guys. Verifying the footage, and the footage is a success. So yeah, I got good tests here, and that is a relief. And now I can finally focus on creating material for the in-depth review, because it's already 2 o'clock. Snow ain't stopping, so yeah, I gotta hurry up with that one. Of course it's updating when I'm starting the recording, right? Alright, so now I've recorded all of the material that I think that I need for the in-depth review. So I have to clear all of this up and return to the original studio setup here, because I have to record the face camera, and for that I require, all of this stuff to kind of get back to normal, and then the material is recorded and done, and then I can clear the snow, yay, edit it, and hopefully be done with the 4th big in-depth review done in 1 week. Chances for a weekend are increasing. And yeah, behind me is the setup for the face cam stuff, and I've just finished recording all of that, so all of this is now kind of done, and that basically wraps up the setup and recording sessions and all that kind of stuff for a video of this type. In this case, the Dasung Paperlike Color godlike refresh speeds mode kind of thing. I hope that you found the video of this type interesting. I thought that it might be of interest to someone to kind of occasionally share these kinds of things. So yeah, please do let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you are maybe potentially interested in seeing in more often from time to time. And I'll definitely be doing it when I feel like it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!